welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're jumping into something pretty fascinating, this whole intersection of politics, branding, and, crypto.
All sparked by sources you listeners sent in, which is fantastic.
Exactly. We've got this Fortune article, April 15th, 2025. The title is Trump's Crypto Empire, Build Your Fortune in His Virtual World.
Mm-hmm.
And it really digs into the former president's, latest ventures in digital assets. You were curious, so let's unpack it.
Let's do it.
And look, while we're talking digital worlds, keeping your world secure is just critical.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll talk more later, but seriously, check out cold wallets like the Ledger Stax or the Trezor Safe 5. CryptoChatter.co.uk has the details. Essential stuff.
Non-negotiable, really.
So our mission today, cut through the noise, give you a clear picture of what Trump's actually doing in crypto, who's involved, what the experts are saying.
Right. And we'll touch on Web3 gaming context and, like you said, security crucial for everyone listening.
Yep.
What's really, I think, interesting here is just seeing this evolution. A public figure's stance on tech changing so drastically.
Right. From total skeptic to, building an ecosystem.
Exactly. Understanding the why and the what next is key.
Okay, so the big headline grabber in this Fortune piece is this new Web3 game.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like it's got a definite whiff of Monopoly.
Yeah, the article mentions Monopoly Go as a possible inspiration. Virtual money, building cities.
Set to launch late April 2025. Now, Bill Zanker's team, he's the Trump associate leading this, they deny direct similarities.
But the source says the field, the mechanics, they're familiar.
Let's get the kicker, something really interesting for you listeners. Apparently, Zanker actually talked to Hasbro.
Oh, really? Hasbro, the Monopoly owners.
Yeah, back in May 2024, tried to license the Monopoly brand for a Trump version.
But it didn't happen.
Deal fell through. So what does that tell you about the strategy here?
Well, it certainly raises questions, doesn't it? Was the first plan a direct tie-in? Leverage that huge Monopoly brand recognition?
Seems likely.
And then, if that didn't work out, what does launching something similar mean? Trying to capture that same audience anyway? Independence? Maybe licensing was just too complex?
Could be any number of things.
Yeah.
It suggests they really wanted that kind of game mechanic, though.
Definitely. Tapping into something popular.
And this whole venture really highlights Trump's massive U-turn on crypto.
Oh, absolutely. Back in 2021, wasn't he calling Bitcoin a scam against the dollar?
He absolutely was.
Yeah.
Very publicly. Now, 2025, he's not just, okay with it. He's building stuff.
A whole ecosystem, as the article puts it.
We're talking the official Trump memecoin, Trump, the ticker. Market cap over $1.5 billion.
Right. Which is, frankly, enormous for a meme coin. Just huge.
Yeah. And for anyone less familiar, a meme coin is basically a crypto often born from like an internet joke or meme. Sometimes they take off, sometimes.
But this one clearly has.
Clearly. Then there are multiple NFT collections.
Yeah.
Tied to his brand, his campaign.
Right. Non-fungible tokens, unique digital assets.
It's like a DeFi project, World Liberty Financial.
Decentralized finance, trying to build financial services on the blockchain, sort of bypassing traditional banks for things like lending.
Exactly. And get this. Trademarks filed in February for a Trump Metaverse. By DTTM Operations, his company.
A whole virtual world.
Imagine. Virtual shopping, digital limo rides, watching broadcasts, all Trump-themed.
Wow. So if you connect all those dots, Memecoin, NFTs, DeFi, Metaverse, it's not just dipping a toe in, it's a really comprehensive strategy, isn't it?
Seems like it.
Aiming squarely at that crypto-savvy audience, maybe integrating digital assets into his whole brand and future plans. That meme coin market cap alone says a lot about the interest he can generate.
But, okay, the article throws in a bit of a reality check. Reminds you that this game, it's launching into a pretty tough market. Web3 gaming, not exactly booming right now.
That's a crucial point. What are the numbers saying?
Dapper figures for Q1 2025. Daily active users down 6%.
Okay.
And investments plummeted, down 71%, just $91 million.
71%. Wow, that's dramatic.
They're blaming the wider economy, Trade wars, global instability, investor confidence is low.
So the big question then is, does Trump's brand name overcome that? Can it succeed despite those market headwinds?
What do you think?
Well, it's something for listeners to really weigh up. You know, a big name brings hype, brings eyeballs, initially anyway.
Sure.
But those underlying market conditions, you can't just ignore them. That Dapradar report suggests a general cooling in Web3 gaming.
So hype might not be enough.
It might not guarantee long-term success, especially if the game itself, the actual gameplay, doesn't really grab people or keep them playing.
Yeah.
Brand recognition gets them in the door, maybe, but...
The game has to be good.
Exactly.
And naturally, with someone like Trump involved, and with money, crypto, there are other questions.
Ethical, legal.
Yeah. The article touches on that. Concerns about potential conflicts of interest, maybe even insider trading, given his political influence, past and maybe future.
That's always a concern when these worlds collide, politics, business, high-profile figures.
Critics worry, where's the line between personal profit and public policy in these blockchain ventures? Makes you think about regulation, too. How does it keep up?
It really shines a light on the need for transparency, doesn't it? And accountability, especially in celebrity-backed crypto projects. The potential for, well, influence, and the need for clear ethical lines. That's huge for everyone involved, users, regulators, everyone.
Okay, let's pivot slightly, but it's super important. Security.
Yes, always.
Especially now, you see more big institutions getting into crypto.
Yeah.
Things like ETF staking becoming more common.
Which means more value potentially at risk if you're not careful.
Absolutely. So protecting your assets. The article strongly recommends using a cold wallet.
Definitely. Keeps your private keys offline.
Right. Maximum security against hacks, scams, all those online nasties. And look, if you're thinking about this, maybe you're new or maybe you just need an upgrade, check it out. Options is key. The Fortune piece specifically mentions two top ones. The Ledger Stax, that's the one with the cool e-ink touchscreen.
Right, very user-friendly interface.
And the Trezor Safe 5, known for its advanced protection features.
Both very solid, reputable choices.
You should absolutely explore these. Safeguard your digital money. You can find info on both, again, at cryptochatter.co.uk. Seriously, make it a priority.
It's just fundamental. It boils down to that core crypto principle. Not your keys, not your coins.
Exactly.
If you don't control the private keys, you don't truly own the crypto. Hardware wallets like Ledger and Trezor give you that control. They have different features, sure, catering to slightly different needs, but the core function, securing your keys offline, is vital.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah. Okay, so let's sort of recap this deep dive for everyone.
Let's wrap it up.
Donald Trump making some really significant moves into crypto.
Big shift from his old stance.
Yeah, from that monopoly-like game idea, the Memecoin, the Metaverse plans. It's a whole strategy.
But
he's entering a Web3 gaming market that's, well, facing challenges.
Headwinds.
And his involvement, obviously, raises those ethical and legal flags we talked about. And crucially, for you listening, protect your crypto. Cold wallets like the Ledger Stax, Trezor Safe 5, check them out at cryptochatter.co.uk, are more vital than ever.
Absolutely essential.
Oh, and before we forget, test your knowledge. We've got a quiz based on today's dive up on the CryptoChatter website.
See if you picked up the key points.
Yeah. What's the big takeaway for you looking forward?
I think what's really fascinating to watch will be the long-term viability of these kinds of ventures, celebrity-backed crypto projects. Will the brand power, like Trump's, be enough to outweigh the market challenges, the ethical concerns we discussed? Or will the fundamentals of the tech and the market win out?
Only time will tell, right?
Pretty much. It's an ongoing experiment in a way.
Yeah.
How will it impact the whole digital asset world? We'll have to see.
So for you, the listener, we really hope this deep dive gave you some valuable insights into this unfolding story.
Yeah, lots to think about.
Definitely explore the nuances further. Take that quiz on cryptochatter.co.uk.
And hey, if this was helpful, please do like, share, subscribe. It helps us keep doing this.
Please do.
And remember, whether you're suddenly curious about virtual real estate in a Trump metaverse, or just focused on keeping your Bitcoin safe, staying informed is always your best bet.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power in this space.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. Given Trump's history, this jump into the digital frontier, what other really unexpected mashups might we see? Politics, tech, pop culture.
Oh, that's a good question.
It feels like a space just ripe for surprises, for disruption.
Definitely fertile ground for the unexpected.
And it's something we'll definitely keep exploring right here on The Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us.